Hello, everybody. My name is Boss Ruden, a.k.a. El Guapo, and it's me speaking to you with your host, Jeffrey Wilson.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back, locked and loaded. Man, it's been a little healthy hiatus here. I've been so busy with quite a few things, most namingly the conspiracy farm with myself and Pat Militich. That is quite a time-consuming operation, but it is so good to be back here at It's Me Speaking to You, ladies and gentlemen. I am, as always, your ever-faithful host, Mr. Jeffrey Wilson, coming to you live and direct for the time being from the Gateway to the West. And tonight, returning, we have a second returning guest. I mean, we've had a few, but man, this is the one that's so near and dear to my heart. I'm a professional wrestling head, as everybody knows. Old school, Jim Crockett Promotions, National Wrestling Alliance, you name it, man. Mid-Atlantic, the territory days. And I'm telling you what, ladies and gentlemen, this man has traveled more miles and collected more titles than most people can count. Man, I'm not even going to sit here and try to name the titles, but he is one of my favorites. When I used to beat up pillows, when I used to stuff towels and pillows into snowsuits, my finisher was the flying burrito, because this man perfected it. He worked with everybody, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you, he is a legend in the world of professional wrestling. The Ragin Bull is back. Manny Fernandez, how are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing good. In the house with Jeffrey Wilson, the man with Conspiracy Farm with Pat Milovich, just all over the place, all over the world. I've been keeping up with you. You're just on top the finger, I can say, the heartbeat of America right now.
Yeah, we're working at it, baby. We're working at it. So it's always good. I'm telling you, man. Although, I mean, if you followed it, obviously you have. It's a little bit more heavy of a conversation. It always is good to come back and chill. Where all started for me, man. It's Me Speaking to You, because It's Me Speaking to You podcast spawned all of that other stuff. And so these more lighthearted conversations I'm able to have with my heroes, man, from MMA to UFC to World Championship Wrestling, Jim Crockett, all of it, Kamala, Jim Duggan, Manny Fernandez, Ricky Morton, among others. Man, so good to have you back, brother.
It's going to be so great to be back in that area, you know. Missouri was a great title, Central State's title, all that stuff with Hardy Race. Now Herb Simmons been promoting, over half a century over there. Carmel, Illinois, get ready. Southern Illinois Championship Wrestling's coming back.
Well, you know, like you said, yeah. Southern Illinois Championship Wrestling has been doing it here in St. Louis, in the St. Louis area. Herb Simmons, for a very, very long time, as you said. His colleague, his partner in crime, Larry Matisick, and having worked with Sam Muchnick, those guys have had the pulse of the old school for so long, man. You know, wrestling at the Chase, as you know it, this has been a huge mainstay, and you will be here, my friend, August 19th, the day after my birthday. What a huge birthday present.
Celebrate.
Yeah, we're going to celebrate with the Bull in the building, man. Talk to me about it, man. SICW, the Bull's coming.
To the Central States area, getting an opportunity to spend your birthday with you, belated birthday with you, but that's going to be fun. But anybody that loves the old school ways, you know, I've been on the road with going to Ricky Morton School in the morning, studying and teaching the young kids old school, how to get a hold, how to work a hold, how to get over the hold, just the old school wrestling, you know. I mixed martial arts with professional wrestling. I call it shoot into work. Don't work in there, shoot. Teach them all how to do MMA and pro wrestling, combining with freestyle wrestling. It's a different kind of art I call continuous wrestling. And that's what I'm going around the country passing off to schools. As you know, I was down in Myrtle Beach at Tommy Wildfire Rich's school of wrestling.
Somebody say something about what? You say something about Wildfire?
Wildfire. He was all over the place. Now we traveled. We took an old school trip up here to Philadelphia, PA, baby. Like the old days. Got in the car, 3 people in the car, had crazy stories, going up and down the road all night long, having fun, you know. Like it was done in the old days, where the boys shared each other's life stories and family stories, and you know, you got close because you were there together in the car, telling each other what you expected in your life and what you expect from each other in the ring, how to take care of one another in the ring, and I put my life in your hands, and I'll take care, and you put yours in mine, and I'll take care of it. You know, that kind of thing that we live by, the boys.
Yes.
As it was back then, the boys. Now you don't have that no more. That was basically the talk going around. So I've been enjoying myself since I took the hiatus to get my health better at the VA and get back on the road, enjoying that. And like I said, I'm up here in Philadelphia for the Icons of Wrestling. And of course that, you know, everybody's talking about the match tomorrow night with me and my kid, Homicide. You know, Homicide's been tearing it up on LAX with LAX on TNA. or Global Force, whatever Jared decides to call that crap. My boys are tearing it down, man. They're putting it together, tearing it down. So it's going to be a big night for me tomorrow night, wrestling one of my kids, I waited a long time. And
student versus the master. That's, that's always kind of it's how that works out sometimes.
Yeah. And I'm hoping one day, but, to get in the ring with all of them, Verdell Walker and him. And I heard that Cortez Castro has been asking for a rematch, and I'd give him one in the drop of a hat. That kid was awesome when we worked out here. Great kid, great worker. And in West Virginia, I was in West Virginia for Adam Parsons, Rock Parsons, West Virginia Championship, Independent Championship Wrestling, and I had a match with some kid named Maestro, and that was unbelievable too, and everybody was talking about that. It just amazes me sometimes that people say, wow, Manny Fernandez can still go, and I look at him going like, what, you think I forgot how to wrestle?
Right.
Man, it's like riding a bike, dude. You get on a bike, you ride it, you're never going to forget how to ride it. Wrestling's been my life.
Yeah,
so
no, absolutely.
Surprised,
Do me a favor, Bull. You sound like you got some background noise. If you got a TV on, go ahead and squash that for me. And you are, dude, your pedigree, I mean, it's ridiculous. You trained, coming from West Texas State, the Funks, all of that. But even when you went pro, bro, some of your early matches, I'm sitting here going online. You're in Southwest Championship Wrestling Nick Bockwinkel. You know what I mean?
Sir.
It's like you were they don't just throw anybody. I guess they do throw just mad jobbers to the wolves like that, but that's not what happened to you. The way you worked, man, when people go back and see how fast and quick and nimble you were, man, I mean, dude, it was, you set a pretty high standard, and, and people don't, you have to kind of really be a nerd on the nuances of how cats worked. You kind of changed the game, dude. You really brought that martial arts aspect to it. I don't know. I'm not gonna say Ricky Steamboat stole some of those kind of martial arts moves from me. But I mean, you guys were some of the first cats to really integrate almost what you're talking about now, what you're teaching kids now.
Yeah,
the MMA aspect of professional wrestling, and you were doing it 30 years ago.
Yes, sir. But it's like we were talking about all that because as you know, I'm trying to finish my autobiography. And we're getting all the people that are doing the forwards of my biography. And they got to thinking about it because the other day with Derek Vandervoort, we're sitting there, and we said, wow, Jack Briscoe said one word on the forward about Manny Fernandez. When he asked him, he said, he looked at me with his eyes. I thought he was going to rip my head off. And all he said was, natural. Period. I go, wow, that's how you... A person of his caliber, a two-time national collegiate champion, NWA World Heavyweight Champion, great guy and everything, and he described me as a natural. And the way he said it, Derek said, I thought he was going to rip my head off. I asked him that. He said, that kid was a real natural. That was all.
Well, and honestly, and Bull, we've talked about it on our previous interview with yourself when you were at the training camp with Ricky Morton. And, a lot of interviews lament this. The game has changed. It's really lacking a huge psychological aspect of it. And ladies and gentlemen, August 19th, SICW, the East Carondelet Community Center, the Ragin Bull will be there. Herb Simmons is bringing old school back as he always does. So if you're in the St. Louis area, August 19th, the Ragin Bull will definitely be there. Bull, man, I mean, like I said, you guys are staying active. It's been so cool since I talked to you guys. Ricky Morton, he was inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. There is still, man, how cool is that, man?
It was cool.
Fucking awesome was that? I love that.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome because for him, yes. For me, no, I'm not that, like I told you before. I'm not into all that.
No, I get it. Yeah.
He earned all that, and he deserves all that and more.
But there's an appreciation still, bro. There's even though WWE isn't necessarily the standard. There's the reason you're on my microphone right now, the reason you're coming to SICW, there is still an appreciation for the foundation of what we know as professional wrestling today. Jim Crockett Promotions, NWA, even WWF back in the day. You got to give credit where credit's due.
Oh, no. WWF and WWF, that was pro wrestling old school. They had the guys like all the guys that were there were great good workers. Macho Man, Martel, all them guys, Hammer. Those guys were great guys. They could work their butts off. But, it's like right now, I'm going around the country and I've seen guys like Wildfire, Tommy Rich in Myrtle Beach. I have Spartanburg Union, Ricky Morton, Bristol, Tennessee, Austin Idol in Greenville. There's big guys, old school guys are trying to be like Herb. So we're trying to keep it alive because it's wrestling, and that's what it's all about. It's not you do circus this way, sit down, watch the other guy hit the rope, timidly die, then you stop and watch it yourself hit the rope and do all these flips. Man, it's wrestling. It's wrestling where you have to defend yourself. You can take a guy to the mat and show him, hey, dude, this is wrestling, and if I have to wrestle you, I'm going to tie you up in a knot and spit you out, and you're not going to like what's going to happen to you. That's the wrestling we teach, and that's what we want to bring back. Herb Simmons, Southern Championship Wrestling over there. I mean, that's all what we want to do. I mean, we want to see what it says on the marquee. On the marquee, it doesn't say Circus du Soleil. It says wrestling. I keep saying that to people. That's what it is. It's never going to change ever. Since 1903, I've been seeing on Scott Teal's postings on Crowbar Press. You got posters from 1903, and those are wrestlers. I mean, those guys back in them time, they wrestled.
Oh, yeah.
If you went in there and did that kind of clown stuff for them, they would have tore you a new one. They would have ripped your head off and ripped your eyeballs out.
Strangler Lewis, Ed Strangler Lewis, Luthez, the real
Luthez.
shooters.
Oh my God, Luthez. But that was kind of my hero in this business, Luthez. But of course, they have Murdoch and Terry Funk and Dory Funk, Blackjack Mulligan, and all those guys. Dennis Stamp, who just passed away. Dude, we're losing a lot of great. It's like a month ago, before I started coming back on this tour that I took the time off for, I went by and spent time with Terry. That's what we talked about. Me and Terry Ford talked about it's changing, but it's not changing for the good. And if they don't wise up, wrestling might disappear. Because the MMA, like you said, MMA and UFC is taking control of what wrestling used to be, and they're running with it.
And you know what, Bull? I've heard, I'm a big connoisseur of these kind of interviews and shoot interviews, and Jim Cornette, and I'm a huge fan of Jim Cornette as far as a wrestling mind. People might have heat with him about other things, but he has said
he's not a person.
He's what?
He's not a person. I'm kidding. Go ahead.
He's an interesting mind, dude. The guy's mind is on, like his, yours, J.J. Dillon, Dusty Rhodes before he passed. Interesting minds. But no, he had said UFC is the new professional wrestling. And I wish I could argue with that. But we still need to find some happy medium in the middle. Like Vince's shit is so over that I still occasionally dip into it just because it's whatever. It's some of the last bastion of not even professional wrestling, of just, like you said, it's fading, bro. It's fading.
Yeah.
But let me ask you this. And I was talking to somebody. Are the independents, and can the independents, and maybe we talked about this last time in our interview, can the independents become in any way, shape, or form the new territories? Or is everybody
not even close?
Right.
Because you know why? There's so many backyarders and so many of these guys
not even
don't
just,
have a clue what
if you were to take like some of your heavy hitters, like I asked Herb about this, about sharing talent, kind of how it was back in the day. Abdullah coming in as a hitman and then fucking fading out. Like you don't see him again for 6-8 months. And it's weird because I personally think that is possible, but I think everybody is so. It's always been territorial, no pun intended, but now they're so territorial as to their brand, their product. Nobody wants to lend out talent to put anybody's other stuff over.
And what gets me is a lot of these clowns, like these ROH clowns and everybody pro wrestling all of a sudden because they need an agent. Really? Are you making $10 million a year that you have an agent? You're not even, I got an agent. He charges you $300 plus airfare. Dude, get real. You're not a professional, dude. Right. If you were in the NFL, you're going to need an agent because you're going to make $50 million, okay? But you're a little clown making trying to get $300 off the promoter and an air flight and a hotel when you ain't worth $50.
So you don't ever see a scenario where promoters could ever come together like that. I mean, it even failed back in the day. The shit you were a part of. I think it was Super Clash.
Here's the deal. When you get people like this is what me and Tommy Wildfire Rich, Ricky Morton, Austin Idol, and Mark Parsons are working on. We're trying to take a little area, like I said, Greenville, South Carolina, Spartanburg Union, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, Wilmington, North Carolina, and parts where we got 90,000 people strong TV in West Virginia, 900,000, 90,000, whatever it is. When you take guys that are in the business and know the business from the old way and to bring it back old school and teach it to the young guys that you train in your wrestling school and tell them what you want, that they could go out there and put on a match with tell a story with psychology, yeah, you can bring it back. But most of these clowns that are independent wrestlers, like I said, they're calling up people and saying, we talked to my agent. Who the hell are you, dude? Who the fuck are you to have an agent? You ain't even made a dime in this business, never drawed a dime in this business, and you're going to go crying about an agent? Get the fuck real. Really? Those are the kind of people I want to slap the hell out of. You ain't done shit in this business, never paid your dues in this business. If you honored or respect the people gave excuse me, that came before you,
right,
and you want to get an agent for $300? What kind of ignorant piece of garbage are you, man? You know, $300. Come on, get real. What, are you going to pay your agent $200 out of your money?
Pretty much.
You're music, yeah. $300. Get real. You know, I can understand NFL, basketball, baseball. They're making $50 million, $20 million, $30 million. Yeah, you don't need an agent to hustle your money. But these clowns that are getting $300 and Ring of Honor that probably pays them $100 a night, get fucking real. Come on, man. Those are the idiots that are hurting the business. That's what me and Terry are talking about. The backyarders, they already think that they're all good because they backyarders, somebody give a little shot, and they go over there and tell the promoter, "Oh, I'll get your show. I'll do it for nothing just to get on the show."
But wasn't that? I mean, even one of Terry's boys, who I'm assuming they're boys, Cactus, Mick Foley. That's the cloth he was cut from, as far as.
No, Mick Foley started IWA with Rob Rustin, me, Shane Douglas, Tom Brandy. Honestly, no, he was not cut from that cloth. He's a coward.
He wasn't a backyarder? All those old videos I saw of him jumping off a roof into a flaming whatever.
No, I didn't see all that, but I knew that when he came with us at the WA with Cousin Lucas and Wahoo McDaniels were the bookers for Rob Rustin, he was a wrestler. And he wrestled with us. Like I said, we had a good crew with Shane Douglas and myself and Wahoo and Hillbilly Cousin Luke, and
the sheep herder, baby.
Tom Brady, Ted Petty that turned it up, being Public Enemy, Grunge, and all that. All them guys.
R.I.P.
Yeah, R.I.P. But he started as a wrestler, and then he got hooked up with doing that stuff. Terry Funk's the one that made Cactus Jack. We all know that.
Yeah.
In ECW. Cactus Jack came along and was doing all right. And then when Terry came in, he took him over the top, same as he did for me in 1979. But, I didn't know all that stuff. I don't know where he started. All I know is when he got with us, he wrestled. Because I wouldn't allow that kind of crap.
No, that's what I mean. If you go online, you can see Mick Foley stuff literally coming off a roof. It's your backyard stuff. That's.
Yeah. Well, he lucked out.
Not to encourage it. Yeah, because that's a diamond in the rough.
He lucked out and got a break.
Yeah.
It's getting him with IWA and us. Because I didn't know all that, or I would have beat the hell out of him before that. I don't play that game. I don't like that backyard stuff. But like I said, being Tommy Rich, Austin Idol, Ricky Morton, people that know Rock Parsons was one of the boys back then when in the early 60s and 70s. All these guys that know wrestling, you get those minds behind a little area and you start running. And guys that run schools like Ricky does and Tommy Rich, myself, and you teach guys the old school way and you give them psychology and you show them it's wrestling. Yeah, you can do it then.
I mean, a perfect example, Bull, to kind of encapsulate it. I mean, if you want to look at some of the most iconic moments in old school 80s wrestling history, just go back if you're on the frickin' WWE Network, or if you can find it on YouTube, when Bull turned on Jimmy Valiant. The shit went bananas. When Tommy Wildfire Rich stayed under the ring during the match with Austin Idol and Jerry Lawler, when Tommy came out from fucking under the ring, it just, the psychology of it's gone. But you guys are responsible literally for some of the biggest moments. I mean, those two I just described are huge in the annals of wrestling.
Harley Race, Last Tango in Tampa. I mean, there's so many great matches to bring back the history of wrestling. And like I said, they could do anything they want to do with all the Cirque du Soleil stuff, but eventually, like William Regal said, eventually that stuff dies. It gets boring. Same as the lightweight, cruiserweight titles and everything. Yeah, and boxing, it's great. You have great little cruiserweights, little Floyd Mayweather, whatever, Pacquiao and all them guys, little Cesar Chavez Jr. Yeah, but in wrestling, it's a fad, and then it goes away, and you go back to your heavyweights and your big guys. That's been it's been done for years that way. Centuries now that they bring to the lightweights. They always get good lightweight champions. Danny Hodge, junior heavyweight champion, James Brown.
Danny Hodge.
There's so many of those guys, but they faded out and they went back to heavyweight wrestling. It always ended up with them wrestling heavyweights. And wrestling's that way. It doesn't divide anything. You can try to jazz it up with things. Eventually, they fade out like a fad, and you go back to your normal heavyweight championship wrestling. The big guys, and it's even the little guys get into the big guys, and it's just to me, if you get people educated the right way, as soon as they get in the ring, it can come back stronger than ever. But you got to have the proper minds and people that don't have egos about themselves,
right.
that they're the best and this and that. And that's the problem. You don't have those kind of kids like the kid I wrestled, Cortez Castro, the kid I'm going to wrestle tomorrow, Homicide, the Stro Maestro. They listen to the old guy. They listen to him, and before you know it, you go 30 minutes, you go, my God, this is a great kid. He knows what to do. He's staying on you and stuff. There's a lot of them out there, but you got to get those guys involved with guys that are like them, that they don't have to worry about a guy going out there doing 10,000 moonsaults like I do. It's like I told a guy one time, he says, well, I'm kind of a high flyer. I know you like doing old school. I said, oh, I'm a high flyer too. I said, duck the clothesline, watch the drop kick. And I drop kicked right in the face, knocked him the fuck out. And I said, see, I told you I'm a high flyer, and you're out, stupid asshole.
Wow.
I mean, I drop kicked him right in the face and knocked him out, and I don't care. You piss me off in the ring, tell me something. That's disrespectful. I would have never done that when I started. Walk up to Murdoch and say, oh, I'm a high flyer, Harley Race. Hey, I'm a high flyer, I do this and that. I kept my mouth shut and sat down and listened.
Something I was listening to today, Bull. I was like I said, man. I'm a mark, man. I'm sorry, I'm a self-confessed mark. I was listening to some heat interviews on heat between, going back to Jerry Lawler, heat between one of the most revered individuals in professional wrestling who's with us today. I mean, there's many of them, but Harley Race is just one of them up there. And he had a lot of heat with Jerry Lawler, and I found that interesting. Just hearing the backyard politics, I find interesting how he felt. Like, Jerry Lawler was just kind of cool because he just locked down TV in Memphis. Other than that, he wouldn't have been XYZ, but at least in Memphis, Jerry Lawler drew a shitload of money. What are your thoughts on Jerry Lawler and
he drew
on
a
Harley?
Money in Memphis.
That's
in
it.
Memphis.
That's
and
it.
Harley Race is like me. Jerry Lawler's a piece of shit. And he came to wrestle me when I was in AWA with Walker McDaniel, Ray Stevens, in Cleveland, Ohio. And we went down there in Cleveland. He tried to walk to the ring with one of the Cleveland Browns linebacker. And I told that linebacker, if you don't get in this ring, if you're going to come walk into this ring, you better get in this ring so I can kick your ass or get the hell out of here. And he turned around, went back to the dressing room, and I beat the living crap out of Jerry Lawler that day. And Greg Gagne tried to tell me, we want to get him over. I said, I got him over. I beat him up and threw him over the top rope. I said, how you like that? He's over now, ain't he? I can't stand that man. He's nothing but a damn user, a punk that used Memphis to get himself over, and then he used that comedian. He got a big run with that comedian that he power drive. He's a guy's a
Andy
comedian,
Kaufman,
dude.
yeah.
Yeah. It's like a guy said one time, told New Jack, he said, hey, dude, you talked about the guy shooting on you, and you stabbed him 8 times. Apparently the guy that couldn't shoot, I would have shot on you. You would have never walked on the ring. I broke every bone in your body. He went, I ain't talking about you, Manny Fernandez. Yeah, right.
But Bull, that was even before Mania, dude. So, and I get it, dude, and I believe me, my man, I got mad respect for how you respect the business and especially the old school. But maybe you didn't like the methodology and how he went about it, but didn't that put more eyes on it? They were on David Letterman. And that was during the 80s. Didn't that put more eyes on the product?
To me, as a comedy. It's comedy. It's, you're on David Letterman.
Yeah, I got that. The
guy's on Taxi, and he's a big star at Taxi, and of course after he did the big star, the Taxi faded, he faded.
Right.
With that Taxi,
Yeah.
It's like these Fight-by-Nights, the CM Punks are up there with WWE for about a minute, a couple of years are hot, and then all of a sudden,
or like
gone.
a David Arquette fucking winning the WCW. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all this crap. I mean, guys like Terry Funk, they were on top for 40, 50 years. They could still go somewhere like Japan and sell out everywhere. You tell me these clowns that did it for a minute up here, for a little claim to fame for a year or two, they can do that? They can't do that. I mean, look at Terry Funk and Dory Funk. Went back to Japan, 2 years ago, and sold everything out everywhere they went.
That's crazy.
These clowns can't do that.
I can
go back and do things. I go back to Puerto Rico, and I guarantee you, thousands of people come out just to want to kill me. You know?
You don't want that. You don't want that.
No, I don't want that with anything, but I'm just saying.
Yeah,
you know, back in the day, guys, the longevity, man, it was longevity. Look at Harley Race. He's went around forever. Terry Funk forever. Dory Funk forever. All these guys, Greg the Hammer Valentine, you know, myself, people like Tito Santana, these guys were on top for years, 20 years, 10 years, 15 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years.
Yeah.
These guys are on top 5 years, and all of a sudden they're a legend. That's what I said. Everybody uses the word in professional wrestling, legend, like it's coffee. Like, here's $5 for it. Okay? Yeah, no, everybody's a legend. What the hell did you do? To me, legends are buried in Arlington Cemetery, brother, or we wouldn't have the life to live. We'd be talking German or Japanese. Those are the legends. Yeah. Those are the guys, you know.
Well, that's why I qualify. I say legends of professional wrestling because, I mean, I'm not going to pull back on that. You are, you know, you served your country and you're a legend of professional wrestling, brother. Like,
hey, Adam Pierce, man, two of my kids are trying out. Adam Pierce come up with head of security Steve, WWE. You know, everybody knows Adam Pierce. He comes up, he says, man, do you mind if I take a picture with Legend? I looked around and go, I don't care, but I don't see a Legend around here. You might want to go find one.
Yeah.
He started laughing. He goes, no, sir, you. I said, first of all, don't call me sir.
I appreciate, and I talk to a lot of cats kind of in your vein, et cetera. It's like, I appreciate your modesty. It's like a lot of times, you know, the fact that you guys, I'm one of them. Like, I literally, like, you know, I used to stuff pillows and do flying burritos on them, brother. It's like, you guys have I'm that guy. I don't know if you've seen the video, the guy.
Awesome.
It's still real to me, damn it. You seen that?
We keeping it real, bro. We keeping it real. I get in the ring, I keep it real, trust me.
No, and I appreciate that, man.
Not far from you, like right now, everything that's going on in my life, now that I met Tommy, we're trying to talk about bringing old school Herb Simmons and Southern Championship, Southern Illinois Championship Wrestling. He's keeping it real. He wants old school. Tommy, Wildfire Rich wants it. Ricky Moore wants it.
Tell Tommy to stop ducking me, dude. I've hit him up multiple times to come on the show, and I've told him you've been on, and et cetera, et cetera. Yeah. He's ducking me, and I'm not going to have it. Wildfire, come on now.
He was supposed to be up here in my room right now, but he was sound asleep. I said, all right, go back to sleep. I'm going to drag his ass up here. But, you know, I drove all night, and they were passed out. And then they were up all morning, I guess, so they're tired. And I slept to 6 o'clock this afternoon, so I'm wide awake.
Well, yeah,
but look, man,
we had
these guys that are bringing this old school, like Herb and Tommy and me and Ricky Moore, now that he's a Hall of Famer, of course, Austin Idol, they had Tony Atlas. All those guys want to keep it real. They want to keep it old. That's what it's all about. And that's what we're doing down not far from you in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I'm opening up a gym in Tulsa, Oklahoma that's mixed martial arts, freestyle pro wrestling, and combination of everything called continuous wrestling, which is a mix of shooting style, MMA, kickboxing, boxing, pro wrestling, and wrestling, freestyle wrestling. So, you know, I'm going to bring that forward, bring it back instead of all the Circus du Soleil. I'm going to show people how to get over doing MMA, shoot into a work, to make it real first, and then relax. To take it easy. Then learn how to work with the holes, guys in and out. And of course, if the guy wants to get stupid, just choke the son of a bitch out.
But there still, you know, especially nowadays in, you know, the multimedia world, the world we live in, they got to be able to talk. They can be the best worker in the world, but if they can't talk, like, we're going to have a bunch of managers everywhere talking for a bunch of really good wrestlers.
No. We teach all my guys how to do stick. How many of my guys look at R-Truth? He talks like crazy. Booker T and them, they talk like, they got all their stuff, JBL. All my guys, homicide, low key. And all my kids know how to talk. That's what we do. We work on promos. We go down the road. Brandon Groom right now. I do my boy Brandon Groom. They're doing body progression. We call it body progression legit pro wrestling. Shoot style. We want to be legit. If you get stupid, you get stretched. But he's fighting. He's a big fight.
That needs to go on a T-shirt, dude. If you get stupid, you get stretched. That needs to go on a shirt.
That's a perfect T-shirt. That's a good. Jeffrey, you just got me a T-shirt.
Hey, you said it, dude. That's awesome. You get stupid, you get stretched. Brandon is fighting. Brandon Groom's got his big fight coming up with a kid that just won UFC fighter.
He's fighting him in the casino down in Oklahoma. Brandon's 7-1. He's freestyle, mixed martial arts, MMA pro wrestler.
Nice.
And we're teaching right now how to duck kick, because this kid is a kick fighter, kickboxer, and we're trying to teach him when he plants his foot, you need to plant his foot to kick. You need to shoot. That's when you need to fake and shoot, get in on him.
Right,
and,
right.
That's exciting.
Have to introduce him to UFC Hall of Famer Pat Miletich, dude. See if we can do some work
that's what we're gonna do. I'm trying to get you and him down there for his fight. Our
That'd
next
be
big
awesome.
show. Once I get back off this tour, I plan on getting to school, and I dang sure want you to come down. We plan on doing a Legend Fest too, having Terry come down, Greg the Hammer, Tito Santana, myself, Wildfire, Tommy Rich, Ricky Morton, just a couple of guys that I grew up with,
Wildfire, nah, dude. It's for real, dude. For me personally, and it's not about me, but for me, it started with Wildfire. He was literally it was maybe 1980. I was maybe 9 or 10. Just got cable, TBS. 505 and Wildfire was the first babyface. Piper would whoop his ass. Buzzsaw would whoop his ass. The whole tying Tommy's hand to the ring post, and then, dude, that was my literally first introduction to this, and I was hooked.
Well, we're gonna get him on a podcast for you because I'm gonna be with him for the next couple.
Well, let me know. Even if we can't do it like immediately or whatever, just let me know if he's available. Like I said, I would be more than happy to chop it up with him, and that'd be great.
I really want you to come down when we start building the gym in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Well, let me know. Again, let me know how that schedule works
out. The shows
out.
that we got coming up, and the convention, the Legend Fest that we're going to put on. I dang sure want you there. And of course, you're lucky you're there with Herb Simmons and, Southern Illinois Championship Wrestling, and he's going to have the old school guys back.
August 19th, baby. Get your tickets, man. The East Carondelet Community Center.
Hanson, he had Jerry Briscoe. I mean, he had some great ones. He had Bruce
Jim Cornette. I mean, you name it. Ox Baker, like days before he passed. Jim Cornette, yourself. Like you said, it's beautiful to see your Larry Madisix and your Herb Simmons around, still keeping that alive, because it's weird, because history works like that, Bull, man. If people don't know it and they don't understand the impact of some of this, like you said, the old school stuff, that's the reason why this stuff is available in here today, is because of your territories, your Sam Muchnick, your Herb Simmons, your Wrestling at the Chase, your Ragin Bulls, your Ravishing Rick Rude, your Jim Crockett Promotions, old school, baby, old school.
Hey, listen, I'll tell you something about this business. The old man, Dory Funk Sr., told me one time when I was still playing college ball, saying, "No, I don't want to be pro wrestler. I'm going to be an NFL player all my life." And he's laughing, stinkered at me and stuff. He told me a story. He says, pro wrestling is kind of like a spoke on a wheel. It goes round, 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 the wheel turns round, round, round. And, that spoke every now and then will break because it gets old, and then it just replaces it with a new one.
Yeah.
And that's what Terry was talking about. Right now, the spoke on the wheel's turning, but it's not turning for the good. So sooner or later, that one spoke's going to break, which means all this crap that they're doing is going to break off. It's going to get replaced by something that's old, but it's become new because somebody's teaching it how to be better. How to be better with the old stuff and make it newer when you go continuously into it and people see it as ballet instead of a bunch of guys clod hopping around, and that's when it comes back to wrestling. So I truly believe in that, I really do.
Well, and I'm a big fan of success leaves clues, ladies and gentlemen. These guys are masters of their craft, and believe me, you still see it today. You go to Jurassic Park, those dinosaurs aren't real, but it has been sold to you in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Professional wrestling can absolutely be the same thing, and the art. Bless you, man, Manny, for holding on to the art and teaching that art. You and the old school cats. I'm glad you guys are some of the last of the Mohicans, brother. We've lost some heavy hitters, and if you guys definitely teach your students, man. And do you have any websites or anything like that we can shout out? But just right here, August 19th, Ragin Bull, SICW, the East Carondelet Community Center. He will be there, bringing the old school. Pure wrestling, ladies and gentlemen. But do you have any other social networking stuff we can shout out to the old Ragin Bull?
people could tune into my fan page, Ragin Bull fan page, or they go YouTube and see what I'm all about. I'm all about, like you said. I mix it. It's like I tell kids, if you're an amateur wrestler, don't take that away from you. Mix it in with your pro wrestling. Do not ever take away from yourself. Always be yourself and make it fancy. Have charisma, have color, have psychology, and learn how to wrestle. And if you have that in your background, then use it. That's what I did, and I got it over back in '79 when nobody else was doing it. I became myself. I stole a lot of things from a lot of people, but I made it mine. I didn't go to do it. I didn't want to be another Ric Flair or another Dusty Rhodes or Dickie Burnett or even Terry Funk. I wanted to be myself. And that's the problem with people today. You look at them, they all want to be somebody. They all want to be Roman Reigns. They all want to be Lesnar.
Right.
They all want to be those guys. Why can't you be yourself? You were born as a single human being, as that person with a given name. Then be that person.
Well, and going back to the beginning of this interview, man, one of the things that puts you over more than anything else, and I, stress this, and you will, I'm sure, stress this, learn to work. Some of Manny Fernandez's first matches, he was winning the Florida Heavyweight Championship in Florida when he was surrounded by ridiculous talent. You know what I mean? He's in Southwest Championship Wrestling fighting fucking Nick Bockwinkel. Like, he could have easily just been, I'm not going to, whatever.
Joe Jobber.
Yeah, I was going to say Joe Jobber. I was going to say Randy Barber. I was going to say Randy Barber, but, much love for me. But he could have easily been Joe Jobber, but he wasn't. His work, they were like, whoa, this cat is a freaking ninja in the ring. You know what I mean? Yeah. And you could talk. It's beautiful. So, get your work on, ladies and gentlemen. Get your mic skills on. Go back to, watch this gentleman.
Watch a lot of the old timers. Study the wrestling. Study the races. Study the funks.
Yes.
Study the guys that were classic wrestlers. Take a piece of all their minds and mix it up in yours. I got to wrestle I was in the history of pro wrestling. I don't think there's another wrestler that can say he wrestled every single world champion, from Ivan Koloff to Nick Bockwinkel to Harley to Dory to Terry to anybody that would to Tommy Rich. And everybody forgets he was a world champion. The worst one I ever got in the ring with, Jack and Jerry Brooks. Those were fantastic world champions. Ric Flair, I couldn't stand him. He was so boring. I can't stand the man. He bored the hell out of me as being world champion. The day I shit-canned him over the top rope and said, this guy sucks. They told me I never wrestled for the world title. I didn't care. I shook the guy's Jim Crockett's hand and said, thank you, sir. Thank you. That's relieving to me.
Right.
Because I knew they were going to keep the belt on Flair forever. Brown-nosed guy. He's not going nowhere. So, yeah, learn to wrestle. You said the magic word. The magic word, the word is to wrestle. Wrestling.
Learn to work, yeah.
Learn what it's about. But, yeah, man, it's going to be exciting to see you. It's going to be a great time. It'll be a great time promoting legit pro wrestling from Body Progressions up in Tulsa, Oklahoma. When we have the grand opening and convention, I hope you come down with Pat Milovich so we can all meet and have a great time.
Yeah, no, absolutely, dude. I would love for him to introduce him to some of your. Yeah. He has a great appreciation for wrestling as well. He was just on Stone Cold's podcast as well.
Oh, great.
Yeah. So again, man, thank you so much for your time. August 19th, ladies and gentlemen, Southern Illinois Championship Wrestling. Herb Simmons, Larry Matisick are putting together another heavy hitter with another classic OG from old school, ladies and gentlemen, the Ragin Bull, Manny Fernandez. It'll be one of the best birthday presents I've had in so long, brother. Thank you again so very much for your time.
You have a good night. Now, everybody, hope to see them all there on the 19th of August, man. Southern Championship Wrestling is coming down there August 19th, or Southern Illinois Championship Wrestling will be coming down there and kicking some tail. I promise you that.
Absolutely, baby. Old school. And do not forget, if you mess with the bull, you will get the horns. Peace and so much love, ladies and gentlemen.
Good night, y'all.